Okay, there we go. Whoops. Mute myself. Okay. Everything's set. Hello, hello. Everybody come on in. I'm just going to do one quick nail tonight. Just one quickie tonight because it's late, but I wanted to give some updates in the Nancy Guthrie case there we go, that I've seen today so far, and wow, it's just, it kind of seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. Let me move all my stuff. One sec. Got a couple things to set up. See if we can get a couple more people in here. See if any of my night owls are around. As you come in, if you would be so kind as to sting that thumbs up button for me. And if you're new, you hit the subscription button for me. Here, I'm going to use one of the larger size nails because that'll give me more room. And I found my pen magnet. And I watched somebody the other day do a rose. So one of these nights, that's going to be one of our tries. I got to get brave to do that one, though. But so I am going to get started with this. I'm going to be gluing and talking. As soon as I find my glue, then I'll be gluing and talking. Oh, here we go. Tipped over. So today I had a day of running everywhere, crazy, crazy, crazy. And I get back and I see that Brian Enton had been out there, and hi, Kidu. Brian Enton had been out there, said there wasn't much going on, and then all of a sudden, once again, for the third time, the FBI shows up at Nancy Guthrie's house again today. And a little bit after they showed up, they sent all the reporters back, way back, closed off the road, said that they needed room for their investigation. And after that, Brian Enton, I have to let this dry for a second. Brian Enton had drone footage of the FBI searching the property again. So now, third time, it's crime scene again. And so we were watching the drone footage, and it's really interesting. They seem to be really concentrating on the guest house that's out back. And they were up on the roof. They were inside of it, and they were up on the roof. But I noticed something. Not only did it look like they were removing a camera possibly from the side of the guest house. Excuse me, I need to have I'm doing a regular Coke because we are out of Coke Zero, and I'm probably going to be up all night. Hello, let me try to pronounce this. Game mode test. Did I get it right? Thank you for coming on in. Um, so it looked like there were 2 female FBI agents up on the roof, and it looked like they were taking down a camera. But one of the things that I noticed also is they were getting down on their hands and knees and looking under the whole air conditioning unit, all the ductwork that was on top, because it was on top of the building. And several agents did that. Now my base tonight is going to be this pink. It is let me see, what was it called? Go Girl Pink. It's the gelish gel form. So yeah, they were really, really concentrating on looking with flashlights, everything underneath the AC unit on top of that building. And so I just wonder, I thought, this sheriff has really put a lot of confusion out there between the different things that he said during different interviews, things like that. The times he said, "Oh, I misspoke. I was just saying, I wasn't, putting out actual facts. I was just talking, yada, yada." I don't know. Maybe he's just not good at the whole public press thing, but you got to be so careful with what you say when you're putting out statements like that. And I've read that he's had issues before with keeping crime scenes organized, keeping, hi, Miss Morgan. So, yeah, that was the big thing I noticed, though. They were really concentrating underneath all those AC things under there. And then when they got down, they were going around to, different, planter beds and really looking in them. And then they went into the patio, and we see on that back, which would be the side of the garage, I believe, leading into the backyard, next to the blue door, is the floodlight that was referenced supposedly in the first ransom note that had been smashed. Now, whether or not that had gotten out already, I can't remember. I can't remember if someone had said that, or if we'd seen it before or not. Oh my gosh, there's been nothing was really happening until about 6 o'clock tonight, maybe. And another thing is, as they were sitting out there, all of a sudden, a tow truck pulls out, and they are towing a car that is a blue Subaru. They said they cannot confirm that it was Nancy's car or one of the neighbors, because like I said, they had that whole road blocked off. But they did, I believe, from what I remember, that was the car that was in her garage when was it yesterday or the day before? They were really, really concentrating on that garage. Another thing that has come up is a neighbor has come forward and stated that there was a white van parked in the neighborhood a week earlier, so that didn't belong there. And then it was also seen at a gas station that was not far down the road. So apparently FBI went down there. The gas station reported that they gave them all of their security footage. And so now it's just a matter of what they're doing with that. I'm sure, they're analyzing it, trying to figure out who this van is. If it was just a workman, somebody in a work van doing something in the neighborhood, someone lost, turning around, whatever they were doing. So that's being investigated. But as of about, I believe it was 11:45 this morning, a second ransom note or communication was sent to KOLD, which is one of the local news stations around. Let me see, I've got everything written down here because I didn't want to miss anything. And now that this Harvey Levin was speaking, and he let some details out. He said that both of these notes are very well written. They're written with perfect grammar. They're laid out very organized. And that it really seems like it's someone who knows what they're talking about. Um, there's still the question why. I mean, and why are these notes given to local news and not the FBI? These are all emails. Also, well, not emails. That's another thing that I found out. What they are doing is they're using KOLD's. It's like a tip line, and it's a form that you fill out, and you give your name, your email address, your birthday, and then what you want. Kind of like a contact me kind of a thing. I've got one on my website, and they said that it is from two different, they use their IT team to track. It is from two different IP addresses, but that they are using a cloaking server. So there's no way of telling where exactly this email or this communication came from, at least at the moment. But so yeah, that's just odd. That why are these notes given just to the local news stations? And is it because it's someone familiar with the area, someone that is from the Tucson area, someone that I still go back to my theory. If it's not a family member, if it really is a true kidnapping, then I keep thinking about, is it someone that worked for her? A landscaper, a maid, a handyman. I mean, this is the thing. A lot of times, especially when you live out in neighborhoods like that and you have people like the pool man and the landscaper guy and all these, you trust them because they're always there at your house. They're always helping. This was years ago, but we actually had a serial killer that was caught near where I live. And he was caught because his DNA ended up tracing back to a murder that happened. She was a flight attendant. In fact, I believe I have a podcast on it on my playlist. But she's a flight attendant, and he murdered her on her way into her hotel room in a layover in Detroit. Well, 15 years later, he's caught with a bunch of women's underwear in a box in the attic by his wife, who was looking for Christmas decorations. I bet he wished he'd just gotten up there and gotten the decorations for her. I mean, honestly, that's how dumb this is. He would not have been caught if he had just gotten up and gotten the Christmas decorations out of the attic for his wife. But she got up there, found this box, and come to find out, he worked for a local sprinkler company. And so he would literally have the codes to some of these people's houses to be able to get in and adjust their sprinkler system while they were gone getting their hair done. I worked at a salon, so excuse me, lots of ladies would come in and say, "Oh, so-and-so is sorry I'm late. I had to get the sprinkler guy to move, his truck or whatever." But they would literally talk about, "No, I'm just going to do a couple dots to start this out for the base of the cherries. And I'm going to do red. And I'm just doing it on a pink because I thought it'd be kind of cute." And come to find out, he was literally in their home stealing their pantyhose, their underwear, their slips. And they found all these videos in his stuff too of himself dressing up, kind of like Silence of the Lambs, dressing up and dancing around on video in all the undergarments of all of the ladies in town. And you just never know who is watching. You really don't know who anyone is. And so if it's someone that's local that knows her, I'm going to bet that it's somebody that works for her or worked for her, or Even if it wasn't someone that came all the time, if it was just like a landscaping company that hires, some of them pick up people at the bus stop every morning. When I lived in Flint, there was a bus stop right down from my house, and there was a big lawn care company, and they would go get a big, oddly enough, a white van that was found in the neighborhood, but they'd go down and they'd get in their big white van and they'd go down to the bus stop. And this is in Flint, Michigan. And they would pick up people at the bus stop that were usually undocumented, and they'd just come and work for cash for a week or whatever, and just a second, my virus protection program decided to pop up for no apparent reason. Now I found this, I'm going to try and make these kind of like jeweled cherries, so we'll see. But you know what happens? You just never know who's watching. And it's really sad because I just can't get over the fact that they didn't have the I think that's the color I want to use. That they didn't have subscription service to the cameras. I mean, it's just such a, but I mean, I guess that's when you realize you should have done something, is when it's too late, when you think we talk about that a lot, that one moment that can change everything, if somebody had just paid the subscription service that month. I mean, so what's going on? Is the sister that's supposed to be taking care of her, because the rest of the other kids live out of town, live whatever, is she dropping the ball? Something horrible that should not have happened to this lady happened, and something out of the ordinary and something horrible. I mean, this doesn't happen every day. You hear about like people going to let's see if this will. Oh, it's not really red enough. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's not really red enough. Boo. Here, I'm going to give that one more cure, and then let me fix that. But, well, and then President Trump, they interviewed him on Air Force One, and he said that he believes there's going to be some kind of news coming out, some kind of, it almost sounded like he said that there was going to be an end to the situation, like they knew, but who knows? I mean, you never know if he's just talking or, so, but it sounded like they had some really good leads, and let's see what else. Oh, and that's the thing too, is that why did they take her car? Our reports are that we have the report that she rode an Uber to her daughter's house, which I also find weird. I'm sorry, I do. I don't have any dark green gel. I'll have to use regular polish for the dark green for the stems, but we'll just have to wait for it to dry for a few minutes. Because we do everything accelerated here, right? I don't know. There's just, and the whole question still is why. They say they have there's no ties to the daughter, Savannah. Okay. People don't do this just for no reason. Or are two things going on at once? Is this another hoax? and someone that was close to her did something to her. I mean, it's just, she's not, you know, I can't see it being just because she made someone mad at the grocery store or something, or, you know, we've already had one opportunist try to talk to the family already. And that's the sad thing. It's so easy just to find people's information. You don't know who, but you have to take everything seriously. Because what if this is, real? So yeah, I can't get over the fact that she wrote I mean, I can't think of a good reason to make your mother ride when you live right down the road from her. Well, not right down the road. The route that they showed was, but still not 10 miles is what? Maybe 10 minutes? I'd pick my mom up if she lived 10 minutes away to come to dinner at my house. I wouldn't make her ride an Uber. And they've checked the Uber, so they know that she did, and she arrived. Now, we still don't know, because at first it was said that Annie and her husband dropped her off. Then it went to, we heard the husband dropped her off. Then, so we still don't even know who actually dropped her off. Was she ever dropped off? I mean, we know there's blood at the crime scene. They did a timeline, and when they timed everything out, they figured that whoever was there had approximately, it was like 42 minutes at her home. From the time the first motion was detected and the camera was, I believe that's when the sheriff said the camera was taken down. But yeah, about a 45-minute window between the camera was removed and the motion was detected. We still don't know what cameras those were. The letter states that the second letter states that they will return her back to Tucson. So Harvey Levin had said that they had an approximate time from, if we get the Bitcoin, by such and such time, then within so much time, we will return her to Tucson. And he believed that was a way to kind of triangulate where they could be around in these other states. And, again, this ransom note referred to the broken floodlight, and it apparently referred to the exact location of this Apple Watch, which they said these were the two things that made them take this most seriously. So let's flip the page. But that's the other thing here. One of the things I think it was Brian Ennin had said is all of a sudden investigators, everybody's gone silent. As from Sunday on, here and there, we've gotten little updates here and there, little tidbits, even corrections, because, Ashley Banfield's running out in the middle of 3 a.m., announcing stuff that they were like, hush, hush. And she had said on her last report that once she did that, they had really tightened up. Her source said they had tightened up and they were no longer going to be giving out as much information. And now today, they're at the house. And that was the other thing. When they came down with that, what I assumed to be, it looked like a camera on the top of the guest house, they kind of hurriedly ran into the house with it through the patio. And so Did they just not notice this? Or my other thought, is this a camera that's part of her system? Or did someone else, because at first they were talking about two cameras with no service. Did someone else put that up there? And that would lead us back to somebody that is at that house, somebody that would have the access to do something like that. I just wonder, they seemed like they were looking for evidence of someone being up on that roof. I mean, why would you crawl all over the ground with your flashlight and be shining it underneath an AC unit and all this stuff? It seemed really odd. And then they take the car. So why take the car? Because it was said that she rode in an Uber to her daughter's house and then rode home, I assume, in the daughter's car. Well, as the sheriff has come out now and said, they aren't even saying with the daughter and son-in-law anymore. They're just saying with family, which I find weird too. Is all of it true? Did the brother-in-law somehow work with someone that worked for her to set this up and have this happen? And the other thing is they also had agents out in all that brush and the bushes out behind where the pool is, out behind the house. And they had flashlights and they were literally like getting in bushes and looking. So are they thinking that someone was watching her? Or that there was somehow, what evidence would be out there? Would someone have been out there? And the other thing, let's see. I know we already went over that. And that was the thing. They did say that this second ransom note does, well, what she said was it's the news director of KOLD. And she was getting interviewed about how the form letters, how they filled out the form letter to give this second communication, is what we'll call it, I guess. When she was asked if they gave any update on the conditions of Nancy, she said, I am not going to comment on that or anything else that's in that letter. So, you can maybe assume that they did maybe give some conditions. I mean, they still have not given any, that we know of, any concrete proof of life. So, for all we know, something could have happened 15 minutes after they took her, and they're still just trying to get their payment. Or they're not even connected, and they're just some evil person trying to get money out of a desperate family. But again, they're using like a cloaking software, so there's no way at this moment that we have heard to be able to trace them. So it's so scary. And I know what I can do to make these, to cuten these up. Because I have to have sparkle. This is just too plain for me. But there's absolutely no reason that this should have happened to this lady. And people keep saying, well, because her daughter's rich and famous. I mean, maybe that is a possibility, but... Oops, and I'm not trying to be mean. I mean, I'm not anybody, but I really had no idea who this lady was until this happened. And, I mean, she probably makes really good money, yeah, but... Is it dark web, internet, kidnapping her mother money? I don't... There, that's a little bit better. The whole thing is just so... None of it makes sense. So hopefully, yeah, it's like a dark. You see that? I don't know if you can see the glitter, the sparkle, but it's just got a little bit of sparkle in it. So, because I'm gonna have to research these magnets with this polish. I think I got some cheap, stupid magnets is what I got. But yeah, there's richer people in the world that you would think would be better targets, and I don't know. And they keep talking about, everybody's starting to talk now about was actually kind of funny because Molly Golightly came out with a reel last night about, and she's a big like horror movie fan, and she was talking about Silence of the Lambs. And I didn't realize it until then when Savannah was reading, Savannah Guthrie, her daughter, Nancy's daughter, was reading their plea to the abductors, the kidnappers. She made the statement, that she's kind. Just talk to her. She'll tell you. And that was apparently the same statement that the senator made about her kidnapped daughter in Silence of the Lambs. Thank you, driver. And I didn't realize that. Well, now I've seen about 10 more reels about it. But that was one of the things that we learned yesterday, is that the FBI had brought in like hostage crisis team to help the family write that. And so I know I'd also read that the writers and directors of Silence of the Lambs worked very closely with the FBI when they were making that movie to make it as realistic as possible. So I wonder, this must be kind of like a script. And I know some of the things that they talked about is when you're pleading to somebody like this, you want to make the person that you're missing, that you're trying to find, you want to remind them that they're human. You want to build like a connection with them. You want them to connect the person that they've kidnapped as being human, and maybe give them some sympathy or some empathy. So that's why they keep saying, reminding them, they keep saying mom. They keep saying, we love her. They keep mentioning her name, keep saying mom, mommy. They're trying to get into whoever's got her head and kind of unlock that, so that maybe they do give her some empathy, give her some, maybe they feel bad, they just give her back. I mean, I don't know. But it's just beyond scary to think that, and even if it is a family member, how even scarier to be in your house and all of a sudden, what if it is the brother-in-law? Someone that you trust and that you love, or is supposed to love you, comes in and hurts you in the middle of the night. I mean, this is just, and see, we still don't know. Although I wouldn't think that it would be that horrific if they turned over the crime scene that soon to them on Monday. But what the scene was like in the house, and now wondering what's in the guest house and the car. I mean, how easy is it to put an Apple tag on somebody's car? Was somebody following her and surveilling her before this happened? Kind of learning her schedule. Did somebody try to use her car? These are all, I've got a million questions, and hopefully, because they've become so silent, I'm hoping that means that they've got something, and that they're keeping it close to the vest because they want to make sure that they can go get her. And I'm hoping that... Hi, Zoe. What's up, girl? I forgot to email you back today. I will tomorrow. We were going with the snow day today, oh, my boys had me running everywhere. And we got stuck in the... Oh, that's the thing too, y'all. Another reason why I'm so late. My whole day got like pushed back because I got stuck in the end of my driveway. It basically rained. Well, no, not rained, excuse me. It snowed. We had some sleet. Then we had some more snow yesterday, like all night, Thursday night into Friday. Got the call that we got the snow day. But by like noon, the roads were fine. So we went out running errands and stuff, went out, had some lunch. And we got back. The plow truck had been by. I know, lucky girl. But you have to go. You still have to go. You still have to go to school, or at least like. Do you get a break from your work on our snow days, or do you still have to work? Because that's what my oldest was excited about. Was he wasn't gonna have any algebra homework on the weekend, so he was excited over that. But no, I got stuck in the end of my driveway. Like there's just enough of a little hill at the bottom of it to where I don't know what I did, but I got like wedged in there. And my fiance was at work. He was like down in southern Michigan, nowhere near me. So my oldest son called his dad. He's like, Dad, you might have to pull us out. We might need some help. We might need some salt or an extra shovel. And all I can hear, because I'm revving, I'm trying to get out, all I can hear is his dad going, don't blow up your engine. Don't blow up your engine. So I finally just put it in park. I just sat for a minute. I took traction control off. And I just tried to get it rocking, and I hammered it. And my driveway is 2 cars wide. And normally I park on the left side. Well, today I got it all the way up the driveway, just burning rubber or burning snow. And I kind of slid and whipped it into the other parking spot. And I thought, well, at least I'm here. And so I'm like, I'm parked. I'm good. We're not going anywhere the rest of the night. We're done. So, oh no, no, he's in face to face. He's in regular. He didn't want, after he had the choice, but he didn't want to. He wanted to go to in-person school because he had a couple of friends he didn't want to miss. And the junior high was really rough, but the high school has been a lot better for him. So now I don't know if you guys can see. Let me get that right up, all up in your business. You guys see it's just got that little bit of kind of shiny, glittery cuteness. Still gonna let that dry. That red, I don't know what it is. Well, red is a hard color for nail polish, for anything, because the red color molecule is bigger. And so it makes red kind of a pain in the butt. But thank you, driver. Thank you for the Miss Zoe. Hi, Lisa. And I feel like, let me see. What do I want to do? Oh, I think I want to do, just to break it up a little bit, since we got stuff going, since we got to wait for it to dry anyway. And like I say this every time, but in case you haven't seen before, if you're using regular polish, before you put any gel coat, top coat over it, you gotta let it dry. The base recommendation is 24 hours, but I don't have patience for that. So I usually go a couple hours. When I'm doing a tutorial, you know, it's, what, maybe 20 minutes, but I'm just gonna do a couple little... just to break it up a little bit. Now I've got somewhere, and I've got to dig it out. I've got to dig it out, but I've got somewhere, I've got some really cute. I like that. That would look cute even with, like, with strawberries too. I've got some cute strawberry little things that I need to do too. But okay, now that is gel polish, so that I am gonna cure. It won't do anything to the regular polish, but oh, thank you, driver. Yeah, if anyone is new here and has just come in, please hit that thumbs up for me. And if you haven't, I'd really love it if you subscribe. We do nail tutorials and true crime here. I kind of joke around and say I am the Temu version of Bailey Sarian. But so let that polish just dry for a few more minutes, because I cannot wait until we get that gloss on the top. This was this one of them? No, that's not. I've got to find it because I got... Oh, wait, this is, actually. Let me see. I ordered this set because it was supposed to be like cherries and strawberries, right? And so they showed all these cute little cherries and strawberries in the mix, right? So I order it. I got one cherry and one strawberry. And then I got all these little hearts. Like, I wanted a whole bunch of these little guys, but if I can get this sculpting gel to work, I'm gonna see if I can get a different brand that's a little thicker. If I can get that to work, then I can make my own little cherries. What is it? A nail tip cover, a charm. Oh, I see. Like to make, you mean like to make like a mold? That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Well, and that's something else I was looking into too. Like for my roses, I love doing rose nails. Rose is my favorite flower in the world. But, you know, these can get expensive and you don't get that many in a package. And they've got some cool colors out there, but they're not necessarily the colors that, like, I really, really want. And I saw they have these little tiny rose molds, and you go in and you paint your color on it, cure it, and then you just use your you use the no wipe top coat or resin and pour it in, cure it, and you've got your own little nail charm. You can paint it, you can do whatever you want with it. Hi, Corinne. We are a I have a nail business. And so I come on and I do nail tutorials on here for nail art. And usually, well, we talk about everything really, but we start out talking about true crime, and then we end up talking about everything else under the sun. But everyone's welcome, and we have a lot of fun in here. So I'm trying to grow my channel, so the more the merrier. If you like what you see, then hit that subscribe button for me. Now I'm going to put this clear top coat on this and pray that that red doesn't smear, because that's the thing. Red takes forever and it loves to smear. In fact, with the regular palette, well, I need to do it with this because this red, I love this color, but it smears. And it also gets in your top coat sometimes, and it'll make your top coat tinted kind of pink. So I usually have 2 top coat bottles. One that I do for my reds, and the one that I do for all the other colors, because it's only the red that does it. All right, have a good one. Good seeing you. I promise you, I will answer you back sometime this weekend. It's just been so crazy. Did I? Oh, good. I have trouble with names sometimes. I always have to sit there and squint. Because even though, who knew dollar store reading glasses weren't like the best, right? I'm going to dry this guy. Wipe him down. Oh, I like this. Well, my real name, I'll tell you, my real name is Courtney, and people never say it right either. They always think they have to like sound out like every single letter. It's like, no. Should we get all the sticky off of there? But yeah, that's basically what we know. We don't know much more. Oh, thank you very much. We don't know much more about what's going on with Nancy Guthrie. We can just hope that because they are quiet, that means they are one step closer. And gosh, just to not know where someone is and to not know if she's hurt or if she's, because we really don't know. We don't know if they're telling the truth, if she's still alive or not. We don't know. And as we have learned, unfortunately, there are some really sick people in this world that just have no conscience and want money, whether it be for drugs or gambling or, whatever it is. I mean, I don't know. But it's a sad world where an 84-year-old woman can't just be safe in her home at night. And like I said, I just can't get back to the fact, though, that here she is out. It was dark out there. It was dark. And I just don't understand. Leaving. I mean, and of course, maybe this is one of those hindsight's 2020 things where they're feeling horrible right now because, I mean, we've talked on here. My mom was a stubborn little stinker, and you couldn't tell her anything. But I think I'm going to do one more nail. I had an idea because we talked about our anti-Valentine's Day nails, and I talked about how this would be a cool color for that anti-Valentine's Day one. Well, exactly, but did you also see those FBI agents were scrubbing that back there? They were like in the bushes with their flashlights, and they took the car. I mean, I'm hoping, like I said, he had said that Trump, let me see, where is it? Where did I write it down? I got all my notes. I don't have a whiteboard on this one. I have my notes, but Trump stated that there's some new developments that should be coming out soon. and that he thinks that there's going to be a resolution to this soon. Oh my gosh. No, well, see, that's just it, Corinne. Like, there are people like that out there that, for whatever reason, they're mentally ill, they're on. And yes, I am back to the cinnamon buttons. I'm going to end up, my dentist is going to love me. I'm going to have a million cavities, but, it's just, what was it? Son of Sam. Supposedly the neighbor's dog told him to kill all those people. I mean, you just don't know. There are people out there that are watching you every second, and sometimes you don't know that you should be worried or scared until, but I don't know. It bugs me, the seclusion that, oh, wow. Oh, I would get along with your dad then, because I love a lot of my, in my, playlists. I've got some, they're called Cutzy's Crime Casts, and I go over, details of cold cases in Michigan and surrounding areas, and there's some really interesting ones, in there. Oh, I heard something about that. It has to do with like the night sky or something like that. They can't have like lights past a certain time, or yeah, I am a cold case junkie, Corinne. I love it. Um, I did read some because they talked about. I've watched so many people at this point. I don't even remember who it was anymore now, but they were talking about the motion lights. You're definitely in the right place, honey, because we love talking that stuff here. Um, the motion lights were set like to not be so sensitive as to, like here. My neighbor has motion lights, and we have all night long coyotes and deer and raccoons, and it's like the Sherwood Forest out here. So anybody that has motion lights, and thank goodness our neighbor behind us, they used to have one, and every cat, everything in the neighborhood would set it off and shine right in my bedroom window. And oh yes, I bet. Oh, that's a good podcast. That is. Um, but they were set like not as the lights were set to be not so sensitive, I think is what they said, so that it didn't turn on um oh, just for the presence of an animal or something like that. But see, I do. They're not there's a big one right in front of my house, so but it doesn't always work. It likes to shut off sometimes. So but I live kind of like on the edge of the boonies, so if the power goes out or anything, it's dark out here. We don't live near a city where there's, city lights and stuff. Okay, now if you can see what I'm doing, if you didn't see what I did last night, where'd that go? This is what we did last night. See that? And so what I'm going to do is we were talking about anti-Valentine's, and I'm going to do liar on this one to do kind of a, I am. That's why driver's scared of me, because, you mess around with me. I've watched almost every true crime documentary you can find, every episode of CSI, SVU. all that stuff. NCIS. So, oh, I love reading about Lizzie Borden. Yeah, and so, I mean, it gets dark out at night, right, Lisa? And if there's no, I mean, was that that wasn't the night of the full moon, was that? Was the full moon after that? I'm trying to, oh, shoot. I'm trying to remember. I know I used to have hair clients that were nurses and they ER nurses, and they always said on full moons the ER was always packed because it really did affect people. Okay, now let's see if I can do these lines this time. What did we say? That was 3 lines, wasn't it? Use my finger for balance. That's... So we're going to make 3 lines, 4 quadrants for these letters. I was, for almost 30 years, I was a hairdresser and a nail tech. And now I end up having a baby late in life and having some health issues that made it so that I could no longer stand behind a chair for 8 hours a day. And so, at the urging of a friend, I decided to take my nails on the road. And I sell nails on a website, and then in the summer times I go to different markets on the weekends and I sell them. And in the meantime, I come here and I like doing nail tutorials, and because not everybody can buy my nails, so then if they can't buy them, at least I can show them how to make some really cool nails themselves. Oh, that's cool. I am in Michigan, so I'm a little ways away from you. Now, if you can see how I'm doing this, I'm just blocking that out. And the purple is going to be the letter, and I'm just using my paintbrush. So I'm going to use a little bit shorter one to do this part. And I'm just using it to block out those letters. Now with this one, let me see. Oh, it was rough. That's the thing, is it's your back, and I became a hairdresser in the era of all the big blow. Well, I got my license in 1997. So that was when, like, the Rachel and that haircut and all the blowouts started coming in and getting popular. And that really, really got my hands. That and just all the cutting. And I also had, the first half of my week was always my working women, men, and my families. And then my Thursday and Fridays were my little ladies, my little country club ladies that would come and get their hair done. Now the eye, all I'm going to have to do is just put a line across. And I got to make sure it's straight. And they'd get all their little blue rod perms and all their back combing. That destroyed my hands. Well, and even some of them, they couldn't. I mean, because they were older and they couldn't lean back in the shampoo bowls and things like that. They couldn't get up. So, you're literally lifting them out of the shampoo bowl to get them to your chair. And plus, I also, back in the day, not anymore, I used to be very active. And so I was always doing like trail running and playing softball and all that stuff. And I didn't listen to all my little older ladies when they told me to watch out because I was going to ruin my body. Oh, sorry, my screen just shut off. I used to. I don't play it anymore. I used to love it. My dad managed a softball team, and we played in the ASA league. In fact, it's a funny story because one of my really good friends on here, come to find out, this is going to be the fun part with the R. I think that worked. We were the Bad News Bears. That was our name, the Bad News Bears. But yeah, funny is here I hadn't talked to anybody from softball since my dad passed away. It had been years, 10 years at least. And okay, I'm gonna cure this before I mess it up. And yeah, come to find out, I'd gone in a chat and started talking with everybody and found out we didn't live too far from each other, and we started talking about the big ball fields. And all of a sudden she's like, yeah, I played out there for years. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And here we left, and we never met each other. We probably argued with each other out in the field because, you're women softball players. We're worse than the guys. It was, but, and I think she played for one of the bar leagues, the bar teams, and the bar teams were always a lot like in your face. And oddly enough, my dad was an addiction therapist, and so and here we are out there playing against all these bar teams. So I always thought that was kind of ironic. But our last year, we won the championship, won our division title. So, oh, that's no fun. I had to stop. I had a little boo-boo. I was sliding into first, and I got my foot caught on the bag, and it ripped it backwards, and I ended up with, they call it a dancer's sprain. I sprained the whole bottom of my foot, and I sprained my Achilles tendon. And it was, at least that's a good thing. Heal that wrist and do the physical therapy if they want you to do physical therapy, so you can get back out there. How much long are you in how much longer do you have to heal? See, it's too cold in Michigan to play softball, so Oh no. That's no fun. Okay, I'm just going to do this clear coat. My mom had that issue with a broken ankle. Oh gosh, she kept having to go through casts, go through casts. She ended up, it was about 8 months. So about 6 to 8 months that it finally took her. She finally healed. But, and she'd had the surgery, had a plate put in, but it's still, they never did figure out why it took so long to heal. But one of the things that they said about about having the surgery, though, was at least when you go in, when they do the surgery, they go in, they know it's repaired before you even wake up. So, and she did physical therapy afterwards, and that ankle was actually stronger than her other one. So, kind of joked around with her. Did you want us to get your other one for you? But no, of course we didn't. She was also not a very good patient. Oh, don't be scared. Don't be scared at all. You're just going to lay down. They're going to put a little mask on your face. And you're going to go to sleep. And then literally 30 seconds later, you're going to wake up. And somebody's going to be there with graham crackers and apple juice. And then just go home and relax and do exactly what your doctor tells you. That's the best advice. Keep it up. Keep it elevated. And you can, when you're recovering, you can come in, you can hang out with us. And we'll try to make you feel better. There we go. Oh, that acetone dried my hand out. Ooh, that's gross. You're welcome. Can you see that? Let me put it up against my dirty sweatshirt. Not my crusty old hands. I gotta put lotion on. Let's see. I swear these lights. Let's see. Is that easier to see? Yeah. Liar. You could do a whole set like that. You could do like little broken hearts. You could do, even on an anti-Valentine's Day set, I like doing like roses and, oh, wouldn't that look cool? Do like a metallic color underneath and then do like a rose design in the black so that ooh. Okay, there's another idea for the notebook. But yeah, you could do really anything. You could do little X's and O's. You could do all X's like we did on that other set. And so and these are the ones that we did yesterday. Were the love. So we've got love, liar. Got this one. The little hearts. Turn these right side up for you guys. The little hearts. And then this was kind of the abstract that didn't quite turn out like we wanted it to, but it still turned out pretty cool. So I'm not going to complain about that. And then we have our cutesy little cherry nail. And that would look good on a white nail. On if you did it on a black nail, you'd want to put white underneath like your cherries and your stems because it just simply wouldn't show up on that black. But yeah, yep, that's another one that would look really cute. Oh, we did one, let me see if I can find it. put those? What did I do with those? Oh, you guys, who was in charge of me? Shoot. We did those a couple videos ago. Let me see. See, this is what happens when I clean up. I clean up and then I can't find anything. Let's see, was it in these? No. Do you hear me blowing everything apart over here? I'm breaking everything, but... Oh, here. One sec. Oh, here we go. This is one of the ones that we did for our little... We did that a couple lives ago. Isn't that cute? Yeah, it turned out really good. And then we've got this for an anti-Valentine. And then this one. I liked how this one turned out, the rose. That clear glaze over it. I want to do a whole entire set just of those rose. And then, ooh, this is one of the ones I like too. Oh, here was one of the ones with the staggered roses. If you can see that. And then here is our cha-cha corset nail. Let's see. Yeah, there's that one. And oh, our candy dip nail. That one, I like this one too. It was supposed to be, the inspiration was like, you know, when you like candy coat something and it's got all the little hearts that have been candy coated on top. So, yeah, I save all my lives. So if you're ever looking for something in particular, let me know. And it might be in one. I might have already done it, and yeah, I do too. I love that. And it's what's nice about it too is like some people, they like nail art, but they don't necessarily like having like texture, like, how do I explain it? Like they don't want anything like rough or anything on their nail. This nail is so smooth. Like it's not going to get caught in your hair. It's not going to get caught on your sweater or anything like that. And I like this is one of my favorite colors of pink. I'm gonna have to go look at that video too because I can't remember now what color I used. I think it was this one. It's Morgan Taylor, all dolled up. And these I just get at Sally's. This literally is like the best regular nail polish. I like this better than I like OPI. And CND, and those are two really awesome brands. But I probably won't be able to go right at noon, but I will later on. So right after your surgery, what I want you to do is I want you to take a nap. I want you to rest. Oh, I knew what you mean. I knew what you meant. No worries. But I will be on later on, definitely. And the first part of the day, I have some things I have to do. But yeah, no, definitely get home. Get all relaxed. Get your arm up on a pillow. And if you want something to relax to, go listen to my crime casts because I got a bunch of them in my voice. I'm not like as loud and like screamy as I am when I'm live. So a lot of people tell me that they like to listen and just like fall asleep. But yeah, I will be going live tomorrow. Probably it won't be until at least after 8 p.m. um Eastern time because I've got my little guy and I've got to get him in bed and get him taken care of. But as soon as that's done, I will be live. So yeah, get your rest. You're gonna wanna that's one thing about going through anesthesia is you're gonna be tired. So definitely try to get your rest tonight. And then when you get home, just eat a little something, relax, and just sleep and rest. And that'll be the best thing for you. And then you'll probably wake up later on in the evening and then I'll be around. So we can do some more fun things. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet tomorrow. But something fun. We'll figure it out. And hopefully we have some... Oh my gosh, you guys. I got to tell you this. You're going to freak. Okay, so, like, I can't believe I didn't say this, like, first thing in the live. So, again, you guys know, if you guys know me, I am a true crime junkie. True crime, not crama, I mean, I like my crama, my drama, you know, here and there, but I love true crime, and I love trying to figure this stuff out, and so another case that I've been following is the Spencer and Monique Tepe murder. Because this is just, again, here is another instance of where this guy was completely spazzed, completely obsessed over this Monique for, like, what, 10 years? I mean, they divorced, and he has been now quoted as saying things like, you know, I'll never leave you alone. I will find out where you live. I will buy the house next to you because you will always be my wife. I mean, she's moved on. She's married. She's got kids. She's, you know, and I mean, and really, I don't understand it because, I mean, he's this well-to-do, successful doctor. He seemed to have, you know, a nice apartment, whatever, decent job. See, I'm a Lions fan, so I'm a little salty about the Super Bowl. We had some. That is a good idea, though. I might not be able to do the logo, but I could do the colors. I'll figure out what. I'll try to make a decision. Like, I'm still salty about the Lions, but oh well. But so I've been following. I mean, this guy is just crazy, and he also was found a month before. Apparently they were at a football game, and in the middle of the game, Monique got something on her phone, and Spencer told the people that they were with that she's got an issue going on with her ex-husband and she just wants to leave. So she leaves and goes back to the hotel room. Well, that was the night that the ex-husband was apparently a month before in the backyard, in their house. So we're wondering, was it that the Ring cameras went off and she saw him? And, like, why weren't the cops called? I mean, I can't imagine that she didn't realize he was as dangerous as he was, or she would have, I have to believe she would have done something about it. And it sounds like she was extremely, extremely abused. But, like I said, I don't think anyone ever thought that it would come to I mean, nobody really, when something like this happens, nobody expects that that's what's going to happen. That you're going to get murdered by your ex-husband. But, well, anyway, so I was sitting there today. I had just gotten, like I said, we were running all day. I got home and decided I need to sit for a few minutes and kind of update on this. I wanted to see if anything new had happened in this Nancy Guthrie case. And I go on my phone and it says Facebook has a friend suggestion for you. It suggested Spencer Tepe to me. Like, this thing with our phones listening to us has got to quit. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, how? I don't know. It creeped me out. And I haven't even been talking about them because probably in the past week and a half because I'll admit it, I am obsessed with figuring out what happened to this Nancy Guthrie. It just blows my mind. Why? Why someone would want to not even just kidnap, but why would someone want to harm an 84-year-old woman? Unless it's got to be, well, with the Bitcoin thing, it's money, obviously, but like I said, these are not, I mean, they're well-to-do people, but I don't know. See, I don't even have Siri or anything. I have an Android phone. I don't know what's on Gemini, but my Gemini doesn't like me. It never does anything it's supposed to. And my voice to talk thing is broken. Well, it's not broken. My little one got on my phone somehow and somehow turned off my voice recognition thing on my phone. And what else? He turned off something else. And I, for the life of me, cannot figure out what in the world he did. I mean, I even had my 16-year-old look at it, and he can't even figure it out. So we've got our little technology whiz down there that's not giving up any secrets. So, but yeah, I just thought that was so weird that, yeah, it is late. I do too. I'm gonna clean up and finish up and close everything out here, and then I'm gonna be heading to bed and wake up and do the mom thing tomorrow. But yeah, good luck tomorrow, and everything's gonna be okay. And I will, said, look for me, and if you need a calming voice, just listen to my Crimecast playlist. It'll put you to sleep. Oh, thank you, honey. I'm glad to have met you. So yeah, on that note, I am gonna be laying in bed thinking about what in the world happened to Nancy Guthrie and freaking out a little bit because my phone is trying to connect me with a murder victim. And yeah, hopefully, because I really hope that the police's silence in this means that they are onto something and they don't want to give anything away because, and I get it, everybody wants the story, everybody wants to be first, but at what cost? Does great Ashley Banfield got to be the first one to say all that information live on air, but did that possibly put this Nancy Guthrie in danger? Because those things were not supposed to be leaked? Or is that why they were given to the press? Because they wanted the public to know first? Was that a little bit of the extra torture? Or is this someone that she knows? Is there family that has money problems that maybe asked her for some money and she said no? Is this for a will? I mean, she's 84. You didn't have to, probably with a pacemaker and health issues, you wouldn't think that they really had to wait that long. I mean, just be patient. But haven't seen the son-in-law at all. And he's one of the two people that is claimed to have been the last to see her alive and dropping her off at her house. Is that true? Did the daughter go with him? Did Ann go with him to drop her off? Or did she stay at home and he ran her home real quick? I mean, I guess in my house, that's probably what would have happened. Driver probably would have ran my mom wherever she needed to go, and I would have stayed home and cleaned up from dinner. But we don't know that. It just, I don't know. Here are some of the other colors that we have that we're going to be working on. Coming up with some ideas for. We've got the iridescent. We've got the black with the gold glitter. We've got our dark wine burgundy color too. That's going to be pretty. So yeah, I will continue to look up updates, and you guys too, please, if you hear something before I do, you know, you can comment on my videos. I always leave the comments open. And you can also, I don't know exactly how it works, but I switched on on my community wall. If you're a subscriber, you can post on my community wall, just like you would post something to me on Facebook or something like that. And I'm also on Facebook. I am Clawz by Cutzy. Um, so yeah, if you hear something, let me know, because I'm invested in this. This is really bugging me of what happened to this lady. And there's so many things that are going on in the world right now that feel like a big look over here, don't look over here, and it's scary. You got Jay-Z and in trouble, Beyonce in trouble, all these, not that anybody was really my heroes, but these people that we thought were the upper echelon are now apparently just horrible, disgusting people. And yeah, so yeah, on that note, one last time, if you are new tonight and you enjoyed our discussion, please hit that subscribe button for me. I'm trying to grow my channel, and it's free. And every time you hit the subscribe and the thumbs up button, which is another request I have, it helps push me out in the algorithm, and it helps tell YouTube to show me to other people, so we can grow our channel, grow our chat. And yeah, so everybody have a wonderful, wonderful night, morning, whatever it is to you. A happy Saturday. And I will definitely be on in the evening tomorrow. So, yeah, have a good one. And peace, love, and claws, y'all. Good night.